Chapter 1: A Galactic Stage. The galaxy had long since settled into a routine, a delicate balance of power between ancient empires that had stood the test of millennia. The Elvarian Dominion, with their grace and intellect, ruled the core worlds, their culture and art unmatched. The Mthrak swarm dominated the outer fringes, a race of hive-minded beings who prided themselves on their ruthless efficiency. In between lay dozens of other species, each with their own unique claims to territory, technology, and trade. Among them, humanity was little more than a whisper, a fledgling race confined to a single system on the edge of the galactic map. Most didn't even know they existed. Fewer cared. But that would soon change. Earth's first tentative steps into the wider galaxy had been awkward at best. When humans discovered faster-than-light travel, they found themselves standing on the threshold of a universe that was far older, far more advanced than they could have imagined. Diplomats from the Terran Federation had been met with curiosity at first, then amusement. What could this new species offer in a galaxy already teeming with established powers? For years, humanity struggled to find its place. Trade agreements were hard-fought, and alliances were few. The more ancient races viewed humanity as a minor player, a race of dreamers in over their heads. But what the galaxy did not realize was that humans had a trait that none of the others possessed in quite the same way: a relentless drive to evolve, to adapt, to overcome. Chapter 2: The Catalyst. The year was 2295, and the situation was dire. Earth had thrived for a time, rapidly advancing thanks to trade with neighboring systems, but they remained vulnerable. Out on the edges of the galaxy, there were darker forces at play. It was the Kolvari Imperium that first launched an attack against humanity. A reptilian race known for their brutal military doctrine, the Kolvari saw Earth as an easy conquest. When their fleet descended on the Sol system, there was little warning. Entire colonies were vaporized in hours, and Earth's meager defenses crumbled before the might of the Kolvari warships. But Earth didn't fall. While the other races would have retreated, negotiated, or surrendered, humanity did something unexpected. They fought back, with a tenacity that shocked the galaxy. Admiral Kira Lennox, leader of the Terran Defense Fleet, was the first to stand her ground. With only a handful of ships against an overwhelming Kolvari force, she devised an audacious plan, one that required nothing less than perfect execution. Lennox led a daring raid deep into Kolvari territory, targeting their largest shipyards and weapon depots. It was a suicide mission by all accounts, but humanity had never cared for the odds. The raid succeeded. The Kolvari fleet, cut off from its supply lines, was forced to retreat. Humanity had not only survived, they had won their first true interstellar war. News of the victory spread like wildfire through the galaxy. For the first time, the name Terran Federation was spoken with respect. For the first time, the galaxy realized that this fledgling race might be more than they appeared. Chapter 3: Humanity's Ascension. In the years that followed, humanity began to grow, and not just in numbers. Their technology advanced at an astonishing pace, surpassing even some of the older races. Where others relied on traditions and established doctrines, humanity experimented, innovated, and pushed the boundaries of what was possible. The galactic community watched with equal parts fascination and fear as humanity developed artificial intelligence systems far beyond what other races had dared to create. Their understanding of quantum physics and warp mechanics revolutionized faster-than-light travel, making their ships faster, more agile, and almost impossible to track. What surprised the galaxy most wasn't just humanity's technological prowess, but their ability to unite. Unlike many other races, fractured by internal politics or sectarian divides, humanity had forged a single unified front, the Terran Federation. While disagreements persisted, the realization that they were all part of something greater kept humanity focused on a singular goal: survival and expansion. In the wake of the Kolvari conflict, Earth brokered alliances with other races. The Valori, a race of scientists and engineers, admired humanity's ingenuity and joined forces with them in research and development. The Nalori, an aquatic species known for their peaceful diplomacy, forged trade agreements that brought prosperity to the Terran Federation. One by one, the galaxy's powers began to recognize that humanity was no longer a minor player. They were a force to be reckoned with. But it wasn't enough for humanity to survive. They wanted to thrive, to ensure that no one would ever threaten them again. Chapter 4: The Great War. The real test of humanity's resolve came when the Elvarian Dominion, the galaxy's oldest and most revered empire, saw the rise of the Terran Federation as a threat to their millennia-long reign. The Elvarians were masters of diplomacy and warfare, their fleets unmatched in strength and their culture influencing every corner of the galaxy. When tensions finally boiled over, it was not a single battle, but a war of ideology, a struggle between the old and the new. The Elvarians, long accustomed to being the galaxy's ruling race, sought to put humanity back in its place. They launched a full-scale invasion, bringing their ancient, powerful fleet to bear against Earth. But what they didn't anticipate was humanity's adaptability. Earth's military was now an elite force, built upon lessons learned from every war, every conflict, and every encounter with other species. Their ships were faster, their weapons deadlier, and their soldiers more determined than ever. But it wasn't just brute force that won the war. Humanity used tactics that baffled the Elvarians: unconventional warfare, guerrilla strategies, and cyber attacks that crippled Elvarian systems from within. The war raged for years, with both sides suffering heavy losses. Yet every time the Elvarians thought they had humanity cornered, the Terrans found a way to turn the tide. In the decisive Battle of Antares, Admiral Lennox, now a galactic legend, led the Terran fleet against the Elvarian armada. Utilizing a combination of advanced stealth technology and quantum tunneling weapons, Lennox managed to cripple the Elvarian flagship, the Seraphis, killing their emperor in the process. The loss broke the Elvarian will to fight. They withdrew, and for the first time in recorded history, their empire began to collapse. Chapter 5: Humanity Triumphant. With the fall of the Elvarian Dominion, the balance of power in the galaxy shifted irrevocably. No longer viewed as an underdog, humanity had ascended to become one of the galaxy's foremost powers. The Terran Federation, now allied with dozens of races, ushered in a new era of peace and prosperity, or so it seemed. But humanity's legacy went beyond military conquest or political influence. What truly set them apart was their capacity for innovation. The breakthroughs in energy, medicine, and artificial intelligence that came out of Earth began to reshape the galaxy itself. Planets once thought uninhabitable were terraformed using human technology. Diseases that had plagued entire species for millennia were cured by human doctors. Starships once restricted to military use became available to explorers and merchants, opening up the galaxy in ways previously unimaginable. What began as humanity's struggle for survival had transformed into a golden age, one where their ideas and culture spread far beyond their home system. Chapter 6: A Legacy Beyond Stars. As centuries passed, the galaxy came to regard humanity not just as a military or technological power, but as the architects of a new age. Their greatest achievement wasn't their victory over the Elvarians, nor their dominance in trade or warfare. It was their ability to inspire. New races, emerging from the far reaches of space, looked to Earth as a beacon of hope, as a testament to what could be accomplished by those who dared to dream, to fight, and to push beyond their limits. The Terran Federation became more than just a governing body. It became a symbol of resilience, unity, and the boundless potential of the future. The galaxy would never forget the day humanity stepped onto the interstellar stage. They came as unknowns, underestimated and overlooked, but they rose to prominence not through aggression or conquest, but through a relentless pursuit of excellence and an unshakable belief that no obstacle was too great. And thus, humanity ascended, not just as a race, but as an idea, a legacy beyond stars.